Ebro, Laura, No Rosenberg on vacay. Give it up, Jabari Banks on the program. That is the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Let's go.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Now, before we start, can you recite at least one verse of the original?
Of course.
Just give me a few lines real quick. We got to establish.
Now this is a story all about how my life got flipped, turned upside down, and I'd like to take a minute, just sit right there. I'll tell you how I became the prince of a town called Bel-Air.
Boom, boom, boom. And how did you become a prince of a town called Bel-Air? How did you?
So it's funny because I was living in Philly at the time, right? And my dad called me, and he was like, yo, they're doing a Fresh Prince reboot. You should audition for it. And I was like, okay, that sounds nice, but you know what I mean? Like as an actor, like you usually get the call for an audition before, you know, you don't just send your tape into, you know, these big networks or whatever.
Right.
And probably 2 months later, my manager called me and was like, yo, I think there's a role that's really nice for you. It's about this kid that moved from Philly to LA. Like, check it out. You know what I mean? Check out the script. So I'm reading, I'm like, oh, this character's name is Will. And it didn't click yet that this was like the Bel-Air reboot. I'm like, this seems familiar. And then as I'm reading, I'm like, oh, this is the Bel-Air thing that's going on that my dad sent to me. And then 2 months later, I got the part, you know.
And you're from West Philly for real?
Yeah. So, well, I grew up between Maryland and Philly.
Got it.
But I live with my uncle in West Philly. My uncle actually went to school with Will and everything.
Really?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And so that's the next question. Yeah. What's that relationship between you and Will? Is he on the set? Does he like come to readings? Like, what's the whole involvement of Will in this?
He visits set not often because, you know, he's a busy dude. But he's been a great mentor throughout this whole process. You know what I mean? He gave me the blessing with this role, and he let me run with it. You know what I mean? And that's the biggest thing with the artist too. Like, you don't want to have your hand in it too much,
right?
Especially when it comes to something like this, because with a role like this, you kind of have to bring yourself to it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do a Will Smith impersonation. You know what I mean?
Right. Which is
on that
important.
show, he was being himself. You know what I mean? And so, like, I had to take some of the nuances that he was bringing to the role, but also bring myself to it as well.
Well, because the show's tone is serious.
It's totally
different.
Not
a fun, funny. I mean, the kids are having fun, but it's always a twist. Like it's always some shit. The relationships, the drugs, the police issue. Like there's always some shit in this show.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that was the goal, is to like be authentic to the times. You know what I mean? And so like, I don't think the show would have worked if we were like, hey, this is a sitcom and like we're acting like it's the 90s. Like,
well, it was a different time, right? Because the Fresh Prince was 90% positive, and then occasionally they hit some hard-hitting issues. Occasionally. And even that was super late.
Exactly. And so it was, and so what Will was telling me, it was like, we have a great opportunity to dive into, you know, these messages and these themes that they had in the original that they couldn't really touch because it was a sitcom. You know what I mean?
So we're not going to do spoilers because just today they dropped 3 episodes.
3 episodes.
On Peacock.
Go get it now.
Yeah. But going back to the close of season 2, for the audience that's following, what can you tell them about where the show is going?
So, you know, at the end of season 2, we're closing out the school year. And so season 3 begins during the summer. And y'all know during the summer when you're in high school, you know what I mean? It's a lot going on, you know what I mean? And especially for a kid that's new to the city, you know what I mean? And so, you know, it's summertime in Bel-Air, and Will is definitely exploring more parts of Bel-Air and more parts about himself. And I think
LA in general, because you gotta get out. I mean, for those watching, if you don't know, Bel-Air is like, I mean, it's LA pretty much, but it's like on the other side of Beverly Hills geographically.
Yeah, it's right over there, but we're also in South LA as well, too. Like, you know what I mean? Compton area as well, and so Inglewood area, and so and so we get to explore all of that, and I think it's a lot of trouble we get into this season. It's fun.
How is it if you're 26? You're playing what year high school?
I'm going into my senior year.
How is that?
That's 17, right?
I mean, you got a young face.
Yeah, I got a pretty young face.
It would be problematic if you look like me. Had to shave. Like, you don't even have like a full beard.
No, I can't. Unfortunately, I couldn't.
You can't grow up, but that's good.
Well, fortunate for you.
That got you the job.
That got me the job. But you know, it was different in the 90s. Like, they had like 30-year-olds in high school. And like, if you go back to those shows, I'm like, there's no way that this is sitting in this classroom with this full beard. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so it works. You know what I mean? That I don't have the beard. But yeah, it's been interesting because, you know what I mean, I've had time to reflect from that part of my life. From 17 to 26 is like, you know what I mean? I had some time to reflect. And so there's a lot of myself that and my experiences that I could bring to the role. Like, looking back on it now, I'm like, dang, I've definitely been in this situation with my family or at school or with my friends. You know what I mean? Yeah.
When you when you were in high school, were you focused on acting too?
No, I was like completely focused on basketball.
Right.
Yeah, and then there was one year where I was ineligible to play.
Grades was trash.
Grades was just not it. I wasn't a great student. But and so my mom was like, yo, you got to figure something else out. Like, you got to do something else after school. Like, you're not going to basketball practice. Like, do something else. And so I had joined an extracurricular. It was like a choir class, right? And I didn't know I could.
You was thinking you was gonna be an R&B singer?
No, so I sing too. Like, you know what I mean? So check it out, right?
Okay.
So
Motown Philly.
Exactly. Motown. Come on back again. You know, exactly. So look. So I'm at school, right? And we have these assemblies.
Yeah.
And you know, I sing around the house, but nobody ever tells me like, yo, like, you sound good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my mom, like, she never, like, you know what I mean? Like, in that way. And they gave me a solo, and I sang in front of the school, and it was like everyone went crazy. Really? It was like everyone went crazy, and I was like, oh, okay, so this could be my new thing. You know what I mean? So from singing, I went into theater, and then I graduated, and then I just ran with it. You know what I mean? Then I went to a theater art school.
The homies was talking shit. Keep it real.
They
was like, yo, you up there?
Nah, you know what's
lip
crazy?
Gloss on. You got your chest out. You looking all sexy on stage.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is that like because nobody really sang at the school, and so like it was cool that like I was doing it. Like, you know what I mean?
So
it was like
they showed love.
It was respect. Yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like
the girls were
you
loving you.
It was different.
Like,
it was different.
This is me.
Exactly. They're like, okay, this is the guy that sings now. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Wait,
go ahead,
just curious. What were some of the first acting gigs that you landed?
This is my first acting gig.
This is the very first one?
This is my first TV like show.
This is your first professional job.
This is my first professional job. Yeah.
Wild.
Yeah, thank you. I
Killing
appreciate
it.
it. I appreciate it.
Good for you,
Thank
man.
you, man.
So have the offers for other things started popping up?
Yeah. I've had the pleasure to do a lot of dope stuff since then. You know,
go ahead.
Yeah, I got a movie coming out in October. It's called Bad Genius.
Okay.
That I filmed in Vancouver that I'm very excited about. I recently worked on a movie called Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
Okay.
Of course, yeah.
Grew up reading those books, and so that was an honor to be.
So
able
wait,
to be
you're
a part
doing
of
a
that.
voice on there?
Yeah, it was a voice.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's
Dope.
animated. So that was cool too. I was like, okay,
My daughter watches that.
I hit that mark. You know what I mean? And then I got some music coming out too. I have a song coming out tomorrow. Actually, it's called Weekend Drive. Yeah.
Y'all want to play some Jabari Banks this morning?
August 16th.
You singing or you?
I'm singing. Yeah, I'm singing,
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't tell me that.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't tell me that because they wanted me to not trash the song. They wanted me to be nice.
Let's listen to it. Let's see what you think.
This is so dope, Jabari. Congratulations on everything. I know this is like a dream come true.
It is. It's beautiful. Like how everything is manifesting in my life. You know?
Do you have a thing that you prefer? I know acting's your job, and that's the first professional job you got. Mm-hmm. But it sounds like singing. Well, basketball was your first love, and then singing.
Yeah.
So now map that out for us. Like,
you know,
are you singing just because you can? You want to put out music and it's fun?
Yeah. No. This is my I grew up writing raps in my basement. You know what I mean? In my bedroom, and so I've always had like a passion for writing. Like, you know what I mean? I'm a writer as well, so I write scripts and everything as well. And so like I always look at my like art forms as my babies, right?
Got it.
And so my firstborn child was music. You know what I'm saying? And so like with that, you know, you get your firstborn. So my baby right now is acting, and so sometimes you have to give the baby a little bit more attention than the firstborn. You know what I mean? Right. And so like, but now I'm going back to music as well. It's my first love, and so like I'm just nurturing it. And
so you're not gonna pick. You're gonna continue to put out music, continue to act.
Exactly.
You want to do all
That's
the creative outlets.
And you know what's dope, right? That Will was doing back in the day was like he was putting the songs in the movies, like you know what I mean. At the end of the movie, his song would play, like, and I think that's dope. Like,
so is this song gonna be in Bel-Air?
No, not this one. No.
But you're gonna get some. They're gonna show you some love.
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
Exactly,
yeah.
Exactly.
Hey, Peacock, don't hate, man.
Come on, somebody say it.
Don't hate, man. Your boy is making records, man. Am I bugging? The main character's a singer too.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like, why is this common?
Remake the intro.
Hey, that would be crazy.
Do an R&B mix. If you did an R&B mix of the intro, what would it sound like? Let's hear it.
Oh man, I couldn't even do that, bro. I don't know what that would be like. You know what's crazy?
You just sing what you rapped.
Huh?
Sing what you rapped.
Nah, hell no.
She's like, don't you just set me up?
That's the thing. No, I'm not. No, ain't no setup. It's like the thing is like you don't want to do that. Like, you know, no one wants to see that.
Don't touch something like
you know
that
what I mean?
classic,
Like, it's like
you're 100% right.
They want original. Like, you know what I mean? Authentic. Like, you know what I mean? And so like with the opening song to this, show is like totally different.
So we're gonna play the new record. I want to do that.
Okay.
What is your musical when you sing or when you learn that people liked your singing.
Yeah.
Did you go get training for that? Did you?
Yeah, well, I did like musical theater.
Yeah.
And so like I was like trained, but it was, singing in the studio is a little different.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And so like I haven't gotten like proper training, but you know what I mean? I think like just natural ability.
Did you go to church growing up?
Yeah, I went to church.
So you sang in the church.
Exactly.
So you had that kind of training.
Exactly. Yeah.
So who would you say vocally your texture and style is similar to maybe a legend or somebody you look up to or inspired you?
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like I kind of have like a really bright tone. You know what I mean? And so like I would say like a Justin Bieber. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah.
So it's a very like you hitting some high notes.
Yeah, I'm hitting some. I'm not like super high, but yeah, it's just the tonally. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just because I don't have like a low.
So you got a young voice. You sound young out
exactly,
here.
Exactly.
Girls is on you.
Exactly. So exactly. You know what I mean? It's definitely a higher, a brighter tone.
And you right. What do you sing about?
I'm not singing about my experiences, my life. You know what I mean? Relationships mostly. Like, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes to R&B, it's just like a lot of
love.
A lot of
and who
love.
are some of your favorite R&B singers?
Favorite R&B singers all time?
Yeah.
All time? I would say like Donny Hathaway. I collect vinyls as well.
Yeah.
So like my prized possession is this Donny Hathaway vinyl that I have, and like that. A Song for You is like my top song all time.
Talking that talk.
Yeah.
So now, are you a lay 'em down, smack 'em, yak 'em?
I'm always
singer?
laying
like,
smack 'em,
take
yakking
it
'em.
take it to the bedroom, or are you like a very like romantic?
I feel like it's a good mix.
It's a good mix.
It's a good mix. Yeah. It's a duality. You know what I'm saying?
So you buying flowers.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You
exactly.
lighting candles.
We light the bath, and then after that.
But clothes is coming off.
Come on, man. What you? Why we lighting the candles if the clothes not coming?
I'm just trying to find out.
Oh my God.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Jabari Banks, man, new episodes of The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air are on Peacock right now. 3 new episodes, season 3.
Yes, sir.
And you want to intro your new single?
Yeah, this is my new single. I'm looking right here.
Yeah.
This is my new single, Weekend Drive. It's coming out August 16th.
Ooh.
Go get that.
Weekend Drive, that's strong.
Yeah.
I already know where this is going.
Weekend
Drive to the resort.
Top down.
All
top
right.
down.
To the bedroom.
PCH.
Peach, lay 'em
You know
down,
what I mean?
smack 'em, yak 'em,
Exactly.
sunset, and the
Come on,
ocean,
dude.
and the whole
You
thing.
get it. You see it.